The following is a slightly historical series on the Romance of the Three Kingdoms era of China's history. Because this is based off of a video game, and myself playing it, there will be a lot of incorrect information that we will correct using the help of Wikipedia. For those of you who want to learn more about Dynasty Warriors, or the Romance of the Three Kingdoms era, I suggest reading the book. Please enjoy the following presentation. Today we will be going through the adventure of Zhu Chu. He is a giant of a man with a freakish strength and size. Although a little dull, he fights with the ferocity of a tiger on the battlefield. His background and early life, he was over 8 chi tall with a broad waist, and he had an imposing and sturdy look and was known for his great strength and courage. Towards the end of the Han Dynasty, he rallied thousands of his clan members and they constructed a fortress to fend off the Yellow Turban Rebels, an army of rebels from Runan. Numbering more than 10,000, once attacked his fortress. The defenders were outnumbered and worn out as the battle dragged on. When the arrows were used up, Zhu Chu told all his men and the women within the fortress to gather stones the size of chess pieces and place them in the four corners of the fortress. He then hurled the stones at his enemies, crushing the bones of all those who were hit. Rebels then kept a distance away and did not dare come close. When the food supply was exhausted, he pretended to negotiate a truce with the rebels and discussed a deal to exchange an ox for food. When the rebels came to collect the ox, the animal would always run back. Zhu Chu, holding onto the ox's tail, pulled it along for more than 100 steps. Seeing this, the startled rebels took off without the ox. The rebels in the surrounding areas heard of this incident and became fearful of the large man. So from the beginning, he was big and scary.
I'm Zhu Zhu. I got into a fight with Yuan Wei, and Cao Cao was impressed with my abilities, so I went to join him.
I don't know why they make him sound stupid, because there's nothing here in the Wikipedia to suggest he is stupid, but whatever.
At the capital, this fellow named Dong Zhuo thinks he's bigger than the emperor and has been causing trouble for the land. We're not gonna let him get away with that. Cao Cao joined with his friend Yuan Shao, and together they formed an army to defeat Dong Zhuo.
You played Sekiro, think about those giants.
Zhu. How can a big fat lout like you actually be of any use on the battlefield? Oh well, we are here now to oust the tyrant Dong Zhuo. I'm sure you will perform even better with I, the great Yuan Shao, leading the attack. Our target is Dong Zhuo. However, his officer Lu Bu will make a tough stand at the Hulao Gate. We must first break through the gate and then get Dong Zhuo.
You have to watch his cutscene every single time.
This villain pretends to serve the Emperor, but only serves himself. He shall pay with his life. But everybody follow me, and we shall reclaim the capital. The Han must be returned to its former glory.
Yeah, it looks like that this battle may not, or rather Zhu Chu probably didn't join this battle, because it says here in 197 when Cao Cao came to the Runan and Huainan area, Zhu Chu led his militia to join Cao Cao, and then would join Cao Cao at the Battle of Guan Yu. And that would be, I assume, the first battle that they take place in.
One down, many more to go.
You got that. So realistically, the first battle they have together is Guan Yu. And if you want to extend that even further,
I shall teach you the basics of strategy.
An attack base. Destroy it before it does any harm.
Some battles you
Sorry.
win,
If you want to take that a little bit further, I know in the later Dynasty Warriors games, they introduce Zhu Chu by having him interact with Dian Wei. Like, you heard right there. Oh, I got into a fight with Dian Wei. And I think it's something like, you know, probably something from the book The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, where they meet because of, you know, the actions of Dian Wei. I wouldn't be too sure about that because I never read the book, but as far as real life goes, this is kind of how things did begin. Oh, there it is.
You insects, be gone! You have something more important to do. Now go!
Okay.
Now then, how about you try picking a fight with me? Go on ahead. I'll take care of things here.
That's cute. Because when we played as Dian Wei, it was the other way around.
I won't be denied.
My life of pleasure gone.
One down, many more to go.
We have defeated the rebel leader, Dong Zhuo. I would like to thank each member of the Allied forces that participated in this struggle. As your leader, I am proud of you all. Now that Dong Zhuo is gone, it is time to disperse the Allied forces. However, those who fought under the Yuan banner shall never forget the privilege that was bestowed upon them.
Yeah, like I said, this is not a fictitious battle, but Zhu Chu probably wasn't at this battle. Considering he joined up with Cao Cao in 197.
And you, but this body.
Which, that is one clever thing that this game does, is they don't tell you the years of any of these battles. So you could realistically assume that they are like, you know, I mean, if you're only playing the game and don't know anything else, that these battles are back to back to back to back to back.
We defeated Dong Zhuo at Hu Lao Gate, and the name of Cao Cao spread across the land. However, there are just as many people who would be his enemy as well. Previously, Zhang Xu attacked us in the middle of the night. Cao Cao managed to escape, but Yuan Wei gave his life to help ensure that he did.
See, that's cool too, because we did that battle as Dian Wei, but obviously we lived. But here in another person's story, it's actually giving you what happened. So that's nice that it's doing that.
I'm lonely without Dian Wei here, and worried. But this is not the time to cry. We have to keep working hard and protect Lord Cao Cao.
Zhu,
Apple baby.
now that Dian Wei is gone, you are the only one I can trust to protect me. As of this moment, I expect you to work twice as hard in order to make up for the loss of Dian Wei. In this battle, I want you to pursue Liu Bei, who is trying to escape to Zhangling, and slay him. If anyone gets in your way, be they peasant or soldier, you are to show them no mercy. The enemy is desperate. Who knows what they'll do? However, with your unparalleled bravery and speed, I know that you shall overtake Liu Bei in an instant.
Alright, I don't think Zhu Chu was at this battle either, considering I thought the next one was supposed to be the Battle of Guan Yu, but that probably comes after this, so... we could reasonably assume Zhu Chu was at a lot of these battles in the first place, but I didn't get a new item, or new weapon last fight, that sucks. But, the big ones were the Battle of Guan Yu, the Battle of Tong Pass, And then under Cao Pi, he would
Here anymore.
guard him, I think.
Don't worry, I'll do his part as well. I will do my best to protect you, Lord Cao Cao.
Whatever you do, don't let the Liu Bei get away. The battle has reached its conclusion. Liu Bei abandoned his people, and now they are in misery. However, they bring it upon themselves by trusting in one such as him. If we can keep this up, then all of those opposed to us will surrender without incident. Our dreams of a land unified under our rule shall soon be realized.
Another club. Cool, thanks.
We managed to chase down Liu Bei, but somehow he managed to escape. Don't worry, Cao Cao. We'll get him next time. This time, our opponents are Ma Chao and Pang De of Guangzhong. They're afraid of Cao Cao, so they are trying to team up and defeat him. Also, it seems that Ma Chao thinks of Cao Cao as an enemy to his family. But as long as we are around, we will not let him touch our lord.
Zhu, forget about Liu Bei for now. He'll be busy at Jing fighting with Wu and will not be able to move. In the meantime, we will go and attack Guanzhong. The regional lords of Guanzhong have all banded together and assembled at Tong Gate. I shall move north and cross the river in order to attack the enemy from behind. Zhu, I want you to cross the river with me. There are indeed powerful warriors within their ranks, but they should be no match for you. I'm counting on you.
Now, I don't know why in the game we would skip the Battle of Guan Yu, considering that is one of the biggest battles in Wei, and that is one of the few battles under Zhu Chu's actual, like, Wikipedia entry here. But, it's really weird that we're skipping that battle. But the Battle of Tong Pass, you know, Zhu Chu was there. And in the book, The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, there's a fictitious story where he has a duel with Ma Chao. But that's as far as it goes, kind of. I'll get into it once we get into the battle.
Draw the enemy out with a direct attack on Tong Gate. Zhu and I will cross the Yellow River and strike their rear.
I assume it wants us to cross this little river here. But I also want to go down and kill these people. This is my first time doing this battle specifically in this game. So we'll see what it's like. But that was indeed the game plan, like Cao Cao described in the briefing beforehand. Cao Cao and his tiger generals were going to cross the river and attempt to get behind them. But that's when they were, not ambushed, but that's when Ma Chao and his men caught up with them. And it was up to Cao Cao's men to fight fiercely to defend him. And that is when Ma Chao and his 10,000 horsemen caught up with Cao Cao. As the enemies were approaching fast, Cao Cao's soldiers rushed to get on board the ferry to cross the river, which there's no ferry in the game, but
I will protect Tong Gate and all of Guangzhong. a worthy opponent. I'm looking forward to the rematch.
One down, many more to go.
Zhu Chu held up a saddle with his left hand to shield Cao Cao from arrows and carried a sword in his right, using it to slash enemy soldiers that were trying to clamber onto the vessel that they were using to cross the river.
Attack! Don't give them a chance to breathe!
While still holding the saddle in his left hand, he grabbed a barge pole with his right and pushed the boat away from the bank. Just another story about his massive strength. Like I said, there is also a fabrication of Zhu Chu having a duel with Ma Chao at this battle. Just to, you know, spice up the story a little bit. Can't fault them for that. It's kind of funny because I thought in this game, whatchamacallit, I thought in this game, you know, one of the reasons why I like Zhang Liao is because his weapons are twin halberds in future games, but in this game, he has just like a single thing. And I don't think I mixed him up for Pang Day, because I never really thought about Pang Day before. Like, I only really picked up on Pang Day being a character in, like, Dynasty Warriors 8. Never thought he was really anything in Dynasty Warriors 5, so I don't know how I mixed up that twin halberd thing.
Though I have defeated many of the regional lords of Guanzhong, those remaining shall definitely cause us problems when we attempt to take the land. We must dispose of them now, while we still can. Once we subdue Guanzhong, our forthcoming strategy should be easier to develop. Let us continue on the path to unifying the land beneath our rule.
So, like I was saying, Cao Cao later agreed to meet Ma Chao and Han Sui for talks, and he brought only along Zhu Chu. Ma Chao had confidence in himself, and he secretly planned to use the opportunity to charge forward and capture Cao Cao. But he had heard of Zhu Chu's might before, and he suspected that the man beside Cao Cao was indeed Zhu Chu. Ma Chao asked, "Where's your tiger marquee?" Cao Cao pointed at Zhu Chu, who glared at Ma Chao. Ma Chao was afraid and did not dare make his move. Both sides then returned to their respective camps. Several days later, a battle was fought and Cao Cao scored a major victory. Zhu Chu killed several enemies and was promoted to military guard general of the household for his achievement. This was the first time the term military guard was used. Cao Cao's soldier knew that Zhu Chu possessed the might of a tiger, but he was also simple-minded, so they nicknamed him Tiger Fool. So, based retard?
Our forces will hereby engage Liu Bei at Mount Dingjun.
Ooh.
Since Mount Tiandang is already in their hands, this battle will determine who will ultimately control Guanzhong.
I don't think we've done this battle yet.
Liu Bei will appoint that fossil Huang Zhang to lead their attack against our main camp. Also, be wary of enemy attacks from the sides of the mountain. Shu Zhu, I need you to head to Mount Dingjun and defend that position. Show me the same valor that you showed at Tong Gate earlier. I'm relying on you.
Oh. They definitely upgrade the maps in future games. Like, the Battle of Mount Dingjun, they literally have 2 mountains that you have to scale up and down the sides of. It's really cool, but in this one, doesn't look that impressive. So this battle is also not under the Wikipedia, but again, we could safely assume that being one of Cao Cao's right-hand men, that he was at a bunch of these battles.
Excuse me, General, what are you doing?
Oh, just returning a greeting. Yeah! Anytime, pal. So, shall we get started then?
Yeah.
Huh? Who's that? Up yonder?
Am I of interest to you, innocent child? Cao Cao's designs lead only to chaos. Why fight for him?
Huh? What are you saying?
Zhuo Si.
Let me ask you a question.
He's a fictional character.
Why do you fight?
Hey, where are you going? You better not lay a hand on Lord Cao Cao.
Really strange that we're fighting this guy here.
Oh,
So that
Cao Cao is well protected indeed.
that guy is
Move out! Crush any who stand in your
I don't
way.
remember if he's just a completely fictional character or if he's like the author's self-insert or something, but he is indeed a playable character later on in this game, and I gotta say, I did not expect to see that here because that's a completely fictional encounter, which, let's be real, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, we're playing a video game. But that was still really odd. So I'll do this now while we're kind of in the middle of a battle that Zhu Chu may or may not have been at, because again, it's not listed in the Wikipedia. But the next listing after the battle of, what was it? After the previous battle at Tong Pass.
Foolish.
Oh, Wei Yan! I love this guy. But after the Battle of Tong Pass, there was an incident between Zhu Chu and Cao Ren, who is Cao Cao's cousin. He's the one with the cool big shield.
Impossible!
one down, many more to
But
go.
let's see. He was known to be a cautious and serious person who did not talk much and was very mindful of the rules and regulations. So once Cao Cao's cousin came from Jing province to meet Cao Cao, who had recently been enfeoffed, I don't know what that word means, as a vassal king, Cao Cao was still in his personal chambers when Zhu Chu standing guard outside. Cao Ren arrived and asked Zhu Chu to join him in the side room for a chat. However, Zhu Chu told Cao Ren that Cao Cao was coming out soon, and then he turned his back on Cao Ren and entered Cao Cao's chambers. Cao Ren was very unhappy with Zhu Chu for treating him so coldly. Later, someone told Zhu Chu the general is a close relative and an important subject of the king. He lowered himself when he asked to chat with you. How could you reject him? Zhu Chu replied, he may be a close relative and important subject of the king, but he is in charge of external defenses at the borders. I, Zhu Chu, am in charge of internal security. If you wanted to chat with me, we could do so in public. Why did he ask to chat with me in private? Cao Cao was impressed and he favored Zhu Chu even more after he heard about the innocent, so he promoted him.
Not bad, old man. I suppose I can let you win. Just this once.
Yep.
Dear enemy, you were an excellent warrior. However, every time you insulted me, it only served to make me stronger.
I have bested Shao Yuan.
Yeah, that was a big thing about this battle was Zhao Ho Yuan and Huang Zhong. I think in the later games too, they actually change their weapon sets so that they're both archers, which, you know, there are a couple of people that share weapons, like Sima Yi and Zhuge Liang both use war fans, but they also made it so that both Huang Zhong and Zhao Ho Yuan both use bow and arrow too.
I have defeated Liu Bei and defended Hanzhong, but at the cost of one of my most valuable officers. I wish you pleasant travels in the afterlife, Xiahou Yuan. He wouldn't want me grieving for him. I must look to the heavens. I shall crush Shu and swallow Wu, building a land under the complete rule of Wei.
Shortly after the Battle of Mount Dingjun, Cao Cao died. Apparently, he was not feeling so well. We all miss him.
And also, apparently, when Cao Cao died, Zhu Chu was so overwhelmed with sorrow that he vomited blood. Later that year, Cao Pi ended the Eastern Han Dynasty and established the state of Wei, marking the start of the Three Kingdoms period. Cao Pi became emperor, and he also favored Zhu Chu greatly. He promoted him to the military, or general of the military guards, and put him in charge of the palace guards, and enfeoffed him as the Marquis of Wansui village. The original Tiger Warriors under Zhu Chu's command were all commissioned as officers, but only slightly more than 10 of them rose through the ranks to become generals and marquises, while only about 100 were promoted to commandants and colonels.
Having taken over for his father, Cao Pi prepared a large army at the castle in Hefei to defeat an attacking army from Wu. Although both Cao Cao and Dian Wei are gone, everybody's sacrifices were not for nothing. It is up to us to see this through to the end.
Do those fools of Wu really think they can defeat us simply because we are currently at war with Shu? Very well then. We shall eradicate them as well. Their forces are merely taking up position. Wu considers this to be the final battle. Therefore, they shall be coming at us with everything they have. Defend the castle with your lives, and only attack when the enemy begins to show signs of fatigue. You must fight this battle as if it were your last.
What? Whose fleet is that? It's Wu! Wu is attacking! They'll be here any minute!
If we win this battle, the kingdom of Wu will be finished. You will have realized your father's ambitions for the land.
Not quite. His ambitions mean nothing to me. I fight only for myself. And nobody else. This land is mine.
Yeah, again, Zhu Chu, surprisingly one of the few guys that actually, you know, survived through most of the war, dying in 230, which is even after the death of Cao Pi. So Zhu Chu was around for a long time.
You were always plotting against Lord Cao Cao, weren't you? And I'll bet you're the one responsible for his death, too.
Ignorance may be bliss, but it sure is pathetic.
Shut up! You're going to pay for what you did.
Thank you.
No good. So I'm going.
Let me show you the fighting spirit of the Sun family.
There we go.
I have let my father and brother down.
One down, many more to go.
I should have expected this from Wu. To cause this much trouble for our army. This truly was a fitting battle with which to sound the end of the Three Kingdoms era. With Shu and Wu both gone, there are none left to oppose Wei's ownership of the land. I think I might actually kind of miss them. Perhaps it is nothing.
It was during the final days of the year 200 AD when the Han Dynasty saw its end. Its demise ushered in a new era of chaos, brought on by several regional lords vying to rule China. There were those who sought absolute power, as well as those who fought for justice, and some simply fought for the sake of their beliefs. Many would rise and fall in their attempts to dominate the land. Xu Zhu, although a simple-minded fellow, was a huge man who is said to have had the strength to drag even an ox. Once, he alone protected his village against a group of marauding bandits.
Yep, that is true. Both of those things.
One day, Cao Cao marched into Xu Zhu's village and demanded food for his army. Xu Zhu was infuriated at this demand and fought with Dian Wei. Cao Cao was very impressed with Xu Zhu, who even Dian Wei admitted was his equal in strength.
It sucks that we didn't get an interaction like this in either of those characters' stories.
Xu Zhu became a part of Cao Cao's army and served alongside Dian Wei as one of his bodyguards. Cao Cao was fond of Xu Zhu's charming character and his ferociousness during battle, comparing him to a tiger on the battlefield. After Dian Wei's death at the Battle of Fan Castle, Xu Zhu swore to himself that he would protect Cao Cao. Soon after, Ma Chao would move his armies from Xiliang to attack Cao Cao at Tong Gate.
It was the other way around, but I'm not sure why they would mess that up in this line.
Xu Zhu would take on Ma Chao, fighting valiantly and preventing his advance. Ma Chao was genuinely impressed and was said to have remarked, "I have never encountered such a powerful foe." Xu Zhu continued to serve Wei even after Cao Cao's death. However, he was never fond of fighting and eventually left the army to enjoy a more relaxed and peaceful way of life. These tales, long forgotten in the flows of time, are about the legends of which no one can recall.
And there really wasn't much more about him that I can see here. He did live to see the entire era of chaos, basically, up until his own death, which afterwards, or rather, we could start with Cao Pi's death in 226, and when Cao Rui rose up, Cao Rui gave him the title of Marquis of Mo District and granted him a marquis state of 700 taxable households. He also awarded the peerage of secondary marquis to one of Zhu Chu's sons. After his death, Zhu Chu was given the posthumous name Marquis Zhuang, which literally means robust marquis, big boy. And then, of course, his descendants, his children, were also of, pretty big might. sometime during the Taihei era of Cao Rui's reign, the emperor issued an imperial edict praising Zhu Chu and conferring the peerage of a secondary marquis on one of his sons and on one of his grandsons. And again, there really wasn't too much written here about his battles, so in the game at least, other than, you know, the Battle of Hulao Gate, it's reasonable that he was at the Battle of Changban. He did have a mention at the Battle of Tong Gate, but again, they skipped the Battle of Guan Yu, which they easily could have put in. I don't know why they skipped the Battle of Guan Yu in the game, but it is a shame that we missed that, and it seems like that was the only miss, because I just have so little information on him that, like, okay, maybe he was at the Battle of Mount Dingjun, maybe he was at the Battle of Hefei Castle because he was there for pretty much the entire war, like one of the very few guys who survived the entire war, which is pretty crazy if you think about it, because all of this started, you know, in like 180, but he did only come into service in the year of, you know, 197 under Cao Cao, which was still pretty early on. Like, he saw the birth of the Three Kingdoms period, and he died in the year 230. Like, that's late compared to a lot of other people, you know? So really cool that Zhu Shu was... Ooh, we unlocked Zhu Huang, too. Really cool of Zhu Shu.
Lord Cao Cao, Dian Wei, I'm so tired of all this fighting.
Master Shu Shu, do you think you could give us a hand with this rock?
This rock, a boulder the size of two houses.
All I want is a field where I could grow some rice. Wait and see.
And then he was given 700 houses to tax, becoming a little feudal lord of his own. Yeah, again, in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, he was a character in it, obviously. And the only mention in his Wikipedia article here is what I mentioned earlier when he dueled Ma Chao. Yeah, Zhu Chu. Zhu Chu. The Tiger King. Or, the Tiger Fool, rather. No king was he. Unknown when he was born, but, you know, it could have been, like, he did fend off the Yellow Turbans in his own home. So again, he was... From beginning to end, he was involved in the chaos of the end of the Han Dynasty. One of the very, very few people that you can say that about. And for next week, or not even next week, this Sunday, because we're going to start doing this at 2 episodes per week, this Sunday... Let's see, we did Dian Wei and Zhu Shu, or Zhu Chu. After that, we're going to be doing Zhang Fei. That's going to be on Sunday, the second of the 3 sworn brothers. We already did Guan Yu. Now we're going to be doing Zhang Fei, said to have the might of 10,000 men, sworn brother to Liu Bei and Guan Yu. He may love wine as much as he loves fighting, and we've seen it a bunch of times, the Battle of Changban. That is one of his major battles where he defends a bridge to make sure Liu Bei can escape. And, of course, he has a lot of other things going for him. Another fan-favorite character. He is a crazy guy. But that is going to be it from us for now. Later tonight, we will be back with some more EU4. And tomorrow, before Dungeons & Dragons, we're going to be 100%ing Ape Escape 1. So let's see if anyone is live right now.